welcome back to my channel. I'm super grateful that you are all here and still rocking with me. I know I have been MIA, but I think today's content is really going to, let you know why I have not been making some YouTube videos for a while. And so I'm super excited to share this content, and yeah, let's get into the video. So today's video is about making excuses for ourselves. And one of the reasons why I have not made a YouTube video in a while is because I have made many excuses for myself and I have held myself accountable, and I'm here today, so you can take my word for it. So what I'm going to first do is start off with reasons as to why we make excuses, and then I'm going to talk about why we need to stop making these excuses, and then just provide some tips on, different ways you can go about, getting off your ass and doing what it is that you need to do so you can quit with the excuses. So we can quit the excuses and get on with our lives, right? So, number one, why do we even make excuses? Oftentimes we make excuses because we are afraid. We are experiencing fear. And fear oftentimes traps us in our comfort zone. And really all fear is a misunderstanding. And so I really feel as if you're out here making excuses because you're afraid of something, you just need to be informed about it. So let's say you're afraid of skydiving, right? Why are you afraid of skydiving? Because you don't know. There's a lot of risk factors. There's this and there's that. But if you actually Google the precautions and all these different things that they take, maybe you might feel a bit more comfortable skydiving. But the only reason why you're afraid is because you haven't done your due diligence in looking up, why it is that you're afraid. Get informed, do your research, and try to wipe away that fear so that you're not making excuses for yourself because you're afraid. You're just lacking knowledge, honestly. Another reason why we make excuses for ourselves is because we don't know what to expect, and that unexpectation is leading us to feeling like as if we're going to fail, right? And you just have to understand that failing is a part of life. It is really unavoidable. And so when you're afraid to fail, you're really afraid to live. And you don't want to be a dead woman or man walking, because that's just weird. So understand that you just have to embrace the idea of failing. But understand also that failing can be a good thing. There's so many things that you can learn from failing. If, for instance, me, I know when I failed a pitch competition, I really jotted down what it is that I, may have done wrong for me to fail. And then when I went back for another round, I then read all my different failures and the reason why I felt like, it led up to me failing, and I was able to work on that, and I was able to turn my entire situation around. So understand that failing does not always mean a bad thing. It means growth, and it means understanding that you have better things coming for yourself because you're just working on yourself constantly. Everyone is. So don't be afraid to fail. It is a part of life, and you don't want to be a dead man walking because you're afraid to live. So live and stop being afraid of failure. Another reason why we make excuses for ourselves is because we don't have a specific goal in mind. When you're goal orientated, you are on it. You are on it. Nothing is getting in your way. You're I know I got to do this, but I know my goal is here, so I'm going to reach that goal. And you always want to challenge yourself because it makes you feel good when you actually accomplish that goal, right? So I just wanted to, reiterate a sentence that I wrote down, and I just want you to listen to it, right? I want to make $1 million this year, and I'm going to make $1 million this year. Which one sounds a bit more goal orientated? All right, I'm going to, because there's a difference between a want and a need, right? If you want something, it's I want that, but do I really need it? You need food to survive, correct? You're gonna get up and you're gonna go find some food and feed your starving belly, right? So if you say that you want something, you're not necessarily putting determination, a key factor on making sure that you're getting that thing, because it's not a necessity. So for me personally, a lot of the things that I want to obtain in life, I look at them as a need. I need this because I know it's gonna make me happy. I need this because I know if I don't have it, I'm not gonna be fulfilled. And so I think the best thing you can do to keep yourself goal orientated is looking to it and saying is this really a want or is it a need? because you know, like, if you need something, you're gonna go up and get it. If you want something, you're gonna delay the process. So ask yourself, do I really want this, or do I really need this? And oftentimes you need it, because that will make you feel whole. That will make you feel like you're actually doing something. And so treat yourself and go out there and get yourself something that you need. Another reason why we make excuses for ourselves is because we compare ourselves to others. I mean, given social media does not make it easy, because today you might see somebody with a Benz or Bugatti, tomorrow you might see somebody with a house, tomorrow, the next day you might see somebody with $1 million flashing on Instagram. So many different things. So you might see somebody losing 20 pounds and you're like dreading and you're wanting to lose so much weight all the time. And let me tell you how dangerous comparing yourself is, right? So let's say you're looking to someone and you're comparing yourself, right? When you compare yourself to someone, you're already limiting the ability for you to exceed or surpass, what it is that you are wanting to obtain for yourself. Because let's say, for instance, I'm looking at somebody and, they lost 10 pounds and my initial goal was to lose like 30. I'm looking at them like, damn, if only I hit 10 pounds, like I'll be okay. And that kind of limits the ability for you to achieve the goals that you want to set for yourself, because you're just limiting yourself to the places where people have stopped and said, okay, I'm succeeded, I'm fine, this is all I want. And now this is all you want, because you see that they've reached that goal, before you, or they might not, or they might have it now and you don't have it. And so when you compare yourself to others, you're really, really hurting yourself, because you're limiting your expectations to succeed further than you felt like you could, right? And also, when you compare yourself to someone, you produce, like, unconsciously this performance scale. You're like, okay, well, did I do right? Like, I don't know, that person did this, and like I have to do, like, it's so much when you compare yourself to someone. And it's really unfortunate, because you really just lose out on all of the capabilities and all the greatness that you have stored inside yourself, and you only put a stop on it as far as someone else did. And that right there is going to hinder your growth so much. So stop with the comparison. Understand that you have amazing capabilities within yourself, that you can get out of your comfort zone, your bubble, whatever it is, and go out there and accomplish it. Like, stop looking to other people for validation. Stop looking to other people to kind of like, say, well, dang, that person is here, so I gotta be there. Like, no, you can be further, right? Like, you can do more. So when you compare yourself to others, you're literally just setting yourself for a particular boundary. So stop doing that. So a couple of reasons why we need to stop making excuses is because, again, we're putting limitations on ourselves. We're saying, dang, okay, like, I'm okay here. And no, you're not, because if you were okay here, you would not be making excuses. You would not be complaining. Like, you would be happy. But if you're over here upset, you're not happy in your position, you're obviously either making excuses for yourself or just being okay with the position that you're in, and that's not good for your growth. So stop making excuses, because you're putting limitations on yourself, and only you are hindering yourself from that. Another reason why you should stop making excuses is because it can lead to regret. You can regret, like, dang, like, what if I actually did that and I succeeded? Like, you never know what could have happened, what may have had happened if you just went for it, right? So if you actually just wipe away all the reasons why you shouldn't do something and fulfill it with reasons why you should do something, you might get up off your ass and do something great. You don't want to live a life of regret and be like, dang, I wish I did this, I wish I could have did that. Like, life is too short. Just go up, get it, and boom. Honestly, I feel like if people understood how short life is and how unexpected life is, we would really take hold of everything. We would go after everything. We would be like 100% on it, and making sure that we're doing what we need to do today for tomorrow, and like not playing no games. But honestly, I feel like we're all stuck in this bubble. We feel like tomorrow's promised, and so we're not really getting up off of our asses and doing what we need to do to make ourselves happy. And honestly, you have to train yourself in a way in which, like, to think like, dang, tomorrow is not promised for me, so what can I do today to make sure that I'm okay, to make sure that I'm happy with my current position, before I go. Because you never want to look back and be like, damn, I wish I did that. No, I'm not trying to do that. You better not try to do that. So let's get off our ass and let's do what we gotta do. Another reason why we need to stop making excuses is because we will teach our children to make excuses. If they see mommy and daddy just sitting around saying, oh, well, you know, I don't think I can do this because X, Y, and Z, your kids are going to fall into that same exact mindset. You know, like kids are legit sponges. They soak up what's in their environment. They soak up what's around them. And you always want to be mindful. And even if it's not children, it could be somebody watching you and inspired by you. You know, so constantly understand that someone is looking to you, and you don't want to live in a world that is full of bullshitters and people making excuses 25/8. You don't want to see people out here making excuses because, you know, you thought it was okay. So understand that someone is always watching you, someone is always looking up to you, and be that leader and take that and lead by example, and understand that you gotta do what you have to do for yourself, not only for you but for the people around you and watching you. So here are some steps on how we can start to stop with the excuses. Take responsibility. That's the biggest thing. Like, understanding that shit, I'm in this position because I let myself here. You know, like, you can try to make all the excuses until you understand that the current position you're in is because you allowed yourself to be there. Nothing's ever gonna change. And you just have to wake up and understand that, hey, I'm not comfortable with where I am, so what is it that I need to do to make sure that I'm not here again? You know, and if you're okay with your current position, then that's on you. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying if you're not okay with the position you're in, you're not gonna be there. You know, if you're uncomfortable, if it's too hot, you're gonna go run for a fan. But if you're honestly just sitting there in the heat and, you know, sweating and you're saying you're fine, then okay, you're fine. Like, you just need to take responsibility. Understand that you got to do what you got to do to get up out of the situation that you're uncomfortable in. Nobody's coming here with a Captain Underpants, you know, cape, all that to come save your ass. Nobody's doing that. Okay? Take responsibility. Say, dang, I'm in this position because I got myself here. I did it, right? I ate one too many bags of chips. I did this. I did it. I spent one too many dollars on whatever, and now I'm broke. I did it, right? So now when you put that pressure on yourself, it only allows you to say, all right, dang, well, I did it. I gotta, you know, fix it. I gotta do it. I have to fix it. Not you, not them, not she, not him, not we, not anybody else, me. Another way you can stop with the excuses is to stop blaming people. But that is a very, 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 very important step. Like, it's so easy to look at your situations and be like, I'm here because of you. You did this to me. The reason why I am who I am today is because of you. You, she, he, we. No, it's you. Are you? Stop. Like, stop with the blaming. Stop with the finger pointing. You too grown for that. You're too grown. Literally just say, yo, like, again, take responsibility. It's me. It's me. It's me. You know, when you put the blame on other people, you legit take the blame off of yourself just to feel like, you know, like it's not my responsibility. And that's false. And if you continue to live that way, you're not going to get far because you're not honing up to your own actions. And I can't really help you if you ain't trying to do that. Another way we can stop with the excuses is to set small, attainable goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to save money, if you want to lose weight, whatever it is that you want to do, start small. When we usually start big, we get so clouded in everything and everything just fumbles because we really had no specific destination, and we literally just said, I want all that. So how are you going to get all that? Right? You have to first start by step A, step B, step C, step D, all that. So what you first have to do, let's say you want to save money, right? Step A, let's take $50 out of our paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, whatever it might be. Start putting it away, right? Instead of just saying, oh, I'm trying to get to $1 million, but how are you really going to get there? You have to set steps and you have to make goals. So you have to be, again, goal orientated and know that it's not just gonna come like that, right? You just have to figure out ways that you can get there. It's like saying, oh, I'm trying to go to Jamaica, and then you expect to just land into Jamaica. No, you have to book the ticket, you have to get on the flight, you have like, you know, you have to take steps. So understand that you always have to take steps and set these goals and make them small so that it's easy for you to like achieve them. And then once you've achieved that little step, you can then say, whew, now I can go into step B, and that's a little bigger. And you know you can tackle it because you already tackled step A. So set these little goals and go for them. And last but not least, I'd say another way that you can stop with the excuse